Hi guys, welcome back to Soul Sanctuary. Today's topic is quite deep, delicate, and to some extent intentionally neglected by the society. And what is society if not us? So, today I would like to, as part of our society, address this topic which has majorly been avoided. There is a wound many of us carry, one that isn't visible to the world, but it shapes everything, the way we love, the way we trust, the way we see ourselves. It's not always a wound of words, sometimes it's the absence of words, the absence of warmth, of safety, of unconditional love. It's the wound of growing up with a narcissistic parent, a mother or father who made everything about themselves, who demanded obedience but never offered tenderness, who controlled, criticized, compared, but rarely connected. Maybe they praised you in front of others, but behind closed doors, they tore you down by criticizing and bullying you. Love was never safe. It was earned, conditional, and unpredictable. And as a child, what choice did you have? You adapted, you silenced your needs, you questioned your worth, and you learned to perform, to please, to survive. But here is what many never speak about, this wound. It often didn't start with you. Look closer, and you will see your parent, they were once a child too. A child who may have been raised by a narcissistic parent themselves, a mother or a father, emotionally unavailable and also critical and controlling. And their parents, perhaps the same. It runs silently like an invisible thread through your family lineage. This is generational trauma. It's not just in your story, it's in your family tree, passed down not through genetics, but through silence, unmet needs, distorted love, and unhealed wounds. And without realizing it, we carry fragments of that pain into adulthood. We attract partners who mirror the same dysfunction. We find ourselves in relationships or friendships that drain us. We struggle to trust or we overgive, desperate for the love we never received. But perhaps the hardest part to accept is how easily, without intention, we begin to repeat those same patterns with our own children. You may love your children deeply, but affection feels foreign. Emotional connection is uncomfortable. Control feels safer than vulnerability. Silence feels easier than softness. And so, the same ache you once carried, your children begin to carry. The same questioning. Am I enough? Am I truly seen? truly loved. But here is where the cycle can end with you. It is not your fault that you were wounded, but it is your responsibility to heal, to recognize the pattern, to name it, to stop excusing it, to stand in the raw, uncomfortable truth that love, affection, safety were distorted in your family for generations. And you have the power to choose differently. You can become the parent you never had. You can learn what healthy love feels like. Even if it feels awkward at first, but you can soften where you were hardened. You can speak where you were silenced. You can be present where no presence was ever offered to you. The greatest gift you can offer your children and your own inner child isn't perfect parenting. It's conscious healing and beautiful awareness. The courage to face your pain, the humility to change, the patience to grow. Because when you heal, you don't just rewrite your story, you rewrite the story for your entire lineage. You break the chain. You end the emotional starvation. You create love that feels safe, real, and unconditional. You may have inherited the wound, but you decide it ends with you. You are not broken. You were conditioned, and you can unlearn it all. The cycle ends here, and love, real lusting love, finally begins.